I just watched 10 police chases that ended in the most insane way possible, and honestly, you won't believe what happens in the last one. We're talking about people who decided to run from the police. Their decision led to some of the most shocking and tragic endings ever caught on camera. You might think you can outrun them, you might think it's worth the risk, but I'm about to show you 10 reasons why that's the worst idea. These aren't clips from movies. This is real life, with real, devastating consequence. Every single one of these 10 individuals thought they had a chance. They put the pedal to the metal, they ran on foot, they tried every trick in the book to get away. But what they didn't count on was how quickly a simple traffic stop can turn into a life-or-death situation. We're going to break down each chase, second by second, to see exactly where it all went wrong. By the end of this, you will never look at a police chase the same way again. Watch closely. This is more than entertainment. It's a serious look at when fleeing turns fatal. It all starts here, on a busy multi-lane freeway. The officer flips on the lights, initiating a stop, maybe speeding, or an illegal lane change. For a moment the driver seems to comply, moving toward the shoulder. Then, in a split second, everything changes. The driver floors it, weaving through traffic like a video game. The engine roars, the chase is on. You can hear the officer's voice on the radio calling in the pursuit, reporting speeds that are climbing past 100 miles per hour. The helicopter is up, its camera locking onto the fleeing vehicle. On the ground, multiple police cruisers join, sirens creating a deafening symphony. The suspect cuts off a semi-truck. They are completely boxed in by traffic, but they refuse to give up. Then, the critical moment, a tiny gap between a large truck and the center divider. The suspect tries to squeeze through that impossibly small gap. The car's rear quarter panel clips the truck. The vehicle is instantly sent into an uncontrollable spin across 3 lanes. It's a horrifying slow-motion ballet of destruction. The final impact is brutal. The car slams into the concrete median. The sound is a sickening crunch of metal collapsing on itself. The chase is over in the blink of an eye. A routine traffic stop has just concluded in the most tragic way imaginable. A stark reminder of how quickly a bad decision on the freeway can become your very last. Now we move away from the concrete jungle to the quiet, winding dirt roads of the countryside. This chase has a completely different feel, but the stakes are just as high. The suspect's car is fishtailing wildly, the driver fighting the wheel with every turn, taking blind corners at speeds that are completely unsafe for these conditions. They attempt a particularly sharp turn. You can see the car start to slide, the tires losing their grip on the wet mud. For a moment, it looks like they might recover, but they've carried too much speed into the corner. The car's tires dig into the soft shoulder of the road, and the laws of physics take over with ruthless efficiency. It lifts onto 2 wheels, hangs there for a split second, and then it goes over. The rollover is violent and catastrophic. When the vehicle finally comes to rest, it's an unrecognizable tangle of twisted metal, upside down in a ditch. The risky maneuver, the desperate attempt to escape on a muddy back road, has ended in instant, irreversible tragedy. This next chase doesn't involve a car at all. It starts with a bailout. The officer is right behind him, shouting commands to stop. It's happening right in people's backyards. Bodycam POV puts you in the officer's shoes. He stumbles over a garden hose, scrambles back up and keeps running. Officer closing the distance, desperate turn into an alleyway. He starts to stagger, legs give out. He clutches his chest, stride falters. He collapses onto the pavement. Officer kneels and tries to render aid. Officer calls for medics, urgent. The man is unresponsive. Ambulance lights in the distance. Too late. Chapter 4. There's a certain mythos around motorcycles in police chases. They're fast, agile, can go where cars can't. From the police helicopter's perspective, it looks like a hornet evading capture. The officer knows he can't match the bike's agility, using public roads, like his own racetrack, showing a complete disregard for anyone on the street. The rider appears to enjoy the chase. This overconfidence is classic, often fatal. Trying a high-speed turn onto a side street, he misjudges angle and speed. He tries to correct. The bike wobbles violently. It's no use. The motorcycle slams into the back of a parked SUV, a sickening thud. The rider lies motionless on the asphalt. Speed and agility meant to save him became the instruments of his death. There's no outrunning solid steel. Chapter 5. This chase takes place under the cover of darkness. The highway runs parallel to a wide, dark river. They've decided it's time to end it. Up ahead, another unit is laying down spike strips. Instead of braking, he swerves violently to the right. leaving the pavement entirely. He's traded one hazard for another, far deadlier one. He radios in what's happening, his voice filled with alarm. "He's going into the river! He's going into the river!" There's a huge splash as the car plunges into the water. Before they flicker and die, the car sinks quickly in the cold, fast-moving current. The rescue operation begins immediately. The suspect's desperate attempt to dodge the spike strips has led him into a watery grave. He didn't get caught by the police, but he couldn't escape the river. Chapter 6. Intersections are one of the most dangerous elements in any police chase. The suspect is blowing through red lights one after another, a gamble that cross-traffic will see them and stop in time. They approach a large, busy intersection. The light is red for them, but they don't slow down. From the side, a large delivery truck enters the intersection. The truck T-bones the suspect's car, slamming directly into the driver's side door at high speed. The car crumples like a soda can. The chase is over. The T-bone collision, a direct consequence of their reckless flight, resulted in an instant and violent death at the crossroads. Chapter 7. Sometimes, when a car is no longer an option, desperation leads to the most unthinkable choices. The officer yells, "Don't do it! Stop!" The suspect is now a lone figure, incredibly vulnerable, trying to dodge cars that are like metal bullets. He sees a gap, or what he thinks is a gap, and he goes for it. The footage captures the horrifying moment of impact. It's a brutal, instantaneous event. The suspect's desperate sprint ended in the most predictable and horrific way possible. Chapter 8. The pit maneuver, precision immobilization technique, can safely end a pursuit. The officer needs to make contact with just the right amount of force and at the perfect angle. For a moment, it looks perfect, until the car's tires dig into the soft grass. It's launched sideways, careening into oncoming lanes. A semi-truck, traveling at full speed, has no chance to stop. The collision is catastrophic. A maneuver designed to safely end the chase sent the suspect into a fatal crash no one saw coming. Chapter 9. Not all fatal pursuits end on the road. Near a state park known for steep cliffs and hazardous terrain, he's trapped between being captured and taking an insane risk. He turns his back and begins to lower. An incredibly foolish move. He loses his grip almost immediately. You can hear the officers yell as he slips. The sound of the impact is sickening. His attempt to use the hazardous terrain as an escape route proved to be a fatal miscalculation. Chapter 10. This is it. The final chase. Railway crossing lights begin to flash. Barrier arms start to lower. A freight train approaches. Officers see a potential end to the chase. The suspect sees a final desperate chance. He decides to try and beat the train. He's going for the tracks! He's going for the tracks! A colossal wall of steel fills the frame. No way to make it across in time. The collision is absolute and total. Slow motion. Locomotive strikes the car with unimaginable force. It disintegrates on impact. Aftermath. Surreal silence. Hundreds of feet of twisted metal fragments down the track. Officers pull up to complete devastation. The suspect's gamble. Bought-in instant. Catastrophic failure. A chilling final testament to a devastating bad decision. Outro. So there you have it. 10 chases, 10 people who decided to run, and 10 fatal endings. From high-speed freeways to quiet backroads, every single one of these stories ended in tragedy. It's easy to watch this and think it's just action, but every clip we showed was someone's last few moments. They all made a choice, and that choice cost them everything. Running from the police is never, ever the answer. The odds are stacked against you, and the consequences are as real as they get. Think about it. PIT, maneuver, a slippery road, or just running out of breath. The outcome was the same. These weren't hardened criminals in a movie. They were regular people who made a panic-driven decision they couldn't take back. I wanted to show you this, to make it crystal clear what's really at stake. If you learned something today, or if this video made you think, share it. The goal isn't to scare you. It's to inform you. Pull over, deal with the consequences, and live to see another day. Because as we saw 10 times today, the alternative is final. Thanks for watching, be safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.